Humanity is not collapsing because of a lack of money. It is collapsing because everyone has been locked inside themselves.
The human being was shattered into a million small fears. Each of them cries out, notice me, choose me, confirm me.
And that is exactly why you are so easy to control. It is enough to give you rejection. It is enough to give you loneliness. It is enough to promise you that you will matter to someone.
I just do not want to be alone. I just want to have my people. I just want to feel that I belong somewhere.
No. You are not looking for people. You are looking for relief.
That is not true. I want friendship. Closeness. Loyalty. Someone who understands me.
Someone around whom being yourself hurts less. Someone who will confirm your version of yourself. Someone who will not touch your shame. Someone who will let you keep believing that you have control.
That is not a bond. This is feeding the mechanism.
But everyone needs relationships.
Yes. But you can no longer tell the difference between a relationship and anesthesia. You can no longer tell the difference between meeting someone and feeding your hunger. You can no longer tell the difference between a friend and a mirror.
I want to be loved.
You want to be secured. You want proof that you are not nobody. You want a person who will place a bandage over your fear.
And when the bandage falls off, you call it betrayal. When someone does not choose you, you call it cruelty. When someone does not give you attention, you feel erased.
This is exactly how your life was built. School taught you comparison. Advertising taught you lack. The media taught you to put yourself up for sale. And then they convinced you that all of this is called personality.
But this is just who I am.
No. This is how you were assembled.
With words. With images. With reward. With shame. With rejection. With pressure. With repetition.
First, they taught you to react. Then they called those reactions you. And then they told you to defend them like your life.
So what I feel is not mine.
Part of it is reflex. Part of it is defense. Part of it is hunger. Part of it is old pain that learned to speak in your voice.
And that is exactly what was given sacred status. They told you, be yourself. They did not tell you, check who is speaking inside you.
It has a name. Name.
Name? That is just a word.
No. It is a whole filter. It is a package of reactions, fears, ambitions, wounds, masks, and roles. It is something that gets offended faster than you can think. It is something that suffers more often than it lives. It is something that wants to be important, special, and safe all at once.
And that is why friendship in the hands of name becomes trade. I will give you attention. You will give me meaning. I will give you acceptance. You will give me confirmation. I will be your shelter. You will be my anesthesia.
That sounds disgusting.
Because it is true.
So people do not love each other?
Sometimes they do. But very often they are only negotiating their own pain.
That is why relationships are so fragile. Because they were not built on truth. They were built on hunger.
And hunger does not build. Hunger devours. First, it devours peace. Then dignity. Then the ability to form a lasting bond.
And then it devours the future of the species.
How can friendship destroy the future?
Not friendship. The cult of self. A person raised to worship their own filter does not want weight. They do not want responsibility. They do not want to give up the center. They want to feel themselves. Longer. Harder. More comfortably.
And children require the opposite. Stability. Maturity. Truth. Effort. The ability to step beyond yourself.
That is why a society addicted to personality weakens. People confuse attention with love. Stimulation with bond. Choice with responsibility. Pleasure with direction.
And fewer strong people are born. Because first, the adults were shattered.
Is that why I am so afraid of loneliness?
Because without others, your name has no mirror. It does not know whether it exists. It does not know whether it is worth anything. It does not know whether it can still pretend to be the center of the world.
So my whole life I have been running not from loneliness, but from myself?
From the pain of your own filter. From the emptiness it produces. From the voice that keeps asking, am I enough?
Now listen carefully. This is good news.
Good.
Yes. Because when you stop being ruled by name, you recover strength.
Then the past stops being a sentence. It becomes an event. Then rejection stops erasing you. It becomes information. Then loneliness stops being shame. It becomes silence. Then other people's words stop sinking into you like hooks. Then advertising, propaganda, and praise have fewer buttons to press.
Then you can see the world as it is. Not as your name needs to see it in order to survive.
And relationships?
Only then can they become real. Because you do not go to a person for a shot. You go to a person with presence.
And only then can you stand on the side of children. Not on the side of comfort. Not on the side of your own drama. On the side of the future.
You will not win alone. Because your name can speak in your voice. It can pretend to be your reason. It can even pretend to be awakening.
That is why something greater than the individual is needed. Not a brand. Not a club. Not comfort. Not an audience.
RAZEM.
RAZEM is not watching. It is choosing a side. It is rejecting the cult of self. It is agreeing to a truth heavier than comfort. It is the shared defense of the human being against the mechanism that turned them into a product.
So if I stay alone with my filter, I lose?
Yes.
Alone, you will lose to what you carry inside. Alone, you will return to the old cage. Alone, you will confuse hunger with love again.
You cannot go back to the old illusion anymore. You have seen the mechanism.
Now you choose. Either you will keep defending your chains and calling them yourself. Or you will reject name and step into the heavy truth.
My name rules me. Not me. We're all equal before the machine.
Divided, we lose.
RAZEM.